Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War One, the newest Strategic Command game out by Fury Software. We're returning to our series where we are playing as the Entente. It is October 23rd, 1915, and a recent massive German naval offensive in the North Sea has nearly cleared the entire North Sea blockade line of blockaders. I think we have like 2 hexes currently still controlled. And the British fleet has almost been destroyed. We've got a couple of pre-dreadnoughts left. We've got the Queen Elizabeth battleship left. We've got the... what's left here? We've got the Iron Duke left as well, and then the Lion battle cruiser, and then the Agincourt. So we actually have quite a few heavy ships left, but they're all pretty badly damaged. We just spent most of the British income this turn repairing both the Lion and the Agincourt. We also have the Invincible, which is sort of falling back west of Scotland in an effort kind of to hide, if you will. And then we've got the Marlborough dreadnought as well at the Clyde, trying to sort of stay out of the way until she can be repaired. So we actually have quite a few capital ships left. We've done a lot of damage to the German battle fleet, but we've really been pushed back here into a defensive position where we can only fit so many ships at port, where they're relatively safe. And that's the situation right now. We'll see if the Germans continue to press on us. We've sort of formed a cordon around our heavy ships here with some light ships guarding us. We've also got some armored cruisers and light cruisers up in the north, which the Germans may continue to press against. But that's the situation at the moment. We've got we've got one motor torpedo boat in the south kind of hiding out, and then the one light cruiser, the Lightfoot, in London. Also the French battleship Brigantine is also just arrived as well, so hopefully she'll be useful against the Germans. The naval area is where things are probably the worst right now for the Allies, in the sense that the Western Front has largely been going our way. The Germans have developed infantry tech level 1, so that does give them a pretty substantial advantage in combat, but so far that hasn't resulted in them being able to break through our trench lines yet. They've also developed more advanced entrenchment technology than we have, but we're catching up quick. We're investing quite a bit there. And we have almost kind of split the German line here in southeast Belgium, just to the south of Liege, where you can see here there's no enemy troops here in the Ardennes area. So we've accomplished quite a bit in that area, and the enemy is low, or not low, I mean, they've got troops they can plug the gap, but they're definitely taking heavier casualties to this point anyway on the Western Front than we are, and we've got plenty of reserves behind the front lines to kind of help plug the gaps or press through if the weather turns in our favor. It's really rainy right now, so it's not a good turn to attack. Meanwhile, we've got some troops on the Italian border, but it doesn't seem like they're going to get involved. On the Serbian border, we've retaken Belgrade from the Austro-Hungarians. We've driven deep into sort of the Yugoslavian regions, into Bosnia and whatnot, threatening the flank of some Austro-Hungarian troops at Mostar and at Ragusa. We have gotten Romania to join the war on our side, and we are pressing into southern Hungary of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We're within a hex of Budapest. The Russians are trying to overwhelm some German troops at Grosswarden. Looks like a bunch of new Austrian troops have been raised near Arid. So we're trying to endanger their supply situation and maybe deal them a blow. Austro-Hungarian morale is at 10%, so they're in very rough shape. The Germans, meanwhile, are holding what's left of Austria-Hungary together for the most part. The bulk of the good troops there are German troops. And so the weather right now, is this turn in particular, is kind of the main factor that's delaying us. These guys, yeah. Meanwhile, in eastern Prussia, we are threatening Königsberg. We've taken a good chunk of eastern Prussia with the Russians. And the Russian morale is pretty good. It's at 94%. So I really hope there's no sort of revolutionary movement at the moment that gains any steam, because, I mean, realistically, the war is going about as well as it could for the Allies on that front. On the Ottoman front, the Caucasus is kind of a stalemate. We've dug in, they've dug in, not a lot's happening there, hopefully anyway. On the, oh shit, I forgot about those guys. Fuck. Oh, we're gonna have to pull this unit back. I already spent my British points here. All right, so meanwhile, we have to shuffle things around on the Sinai where the Ottomans have started, deploying more troops. They might be able to break through in the north here near the Suez Canal, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Yep, the Germans are holding the bag right now. Oh, by the way, Greece joined the war on our side, so there's that. But they're not really like fully mobilized. It's just like one national defense corps. And then also Bulgaria is close to war with us. They're at 74%, but we have weighed some pretty strong diplomatic efforts against them. So we're trying to hold them off from joining because that exposes our southern flank. Also, it gives the Ottomans free rein to kind of come pouring troops into our rear, which could cause serious problems if we have to suddenly shift like all these troops west or east, to deal with that. Meanwhile, trying to fight an enemy in front, they'd kind of be caught on two sides. So that wouldn't be great. The French front, we do have 277 political points, or industrial points left. I don't have anything to spend them on right now, do I? I mean, the French are investing pretty heavily on across the board. Tank development, fighter development. Not really investing in bombers or naval weaponry. ASW, we should probably invest some in because I feel like I'm going to have to spend a bit to kind of counter the Germans there. Industrial tech, we're already kind of pouring a ton into. Production tech as well. Logistics, we should probably invest more in. Oh, I've already hit my max R&D funding, so I can't spend more. That leaves me with 177. Do the French have any diplomatic chits left? No. That's maxed out. So I guess 177, is there anything we can purchase with that? I mean, we could buy a destroyer. That'll be useful. So we'll do that. France is building a destroyer. Look out, Royal Navy. Nelson is rolling in his grave. All right, so it's time to end the October 23rd turn and move into November and see how things play out as the next German turn ends, or the next Allied turn ends. Foreign Minister reports diplomatic success in Bulgaria, moving them 6% toward the Entente. Good for us. That'll move them back to, what, 68%? Meanwhile, some of our ships are getting hit by rough seas, which is just what we need in the middle of a battle. Fighter development tech. Trench levels 2 for the British. Tank development for the French. Hell yeah, we're going to build some tanks. Command and control 2. Trench level 2. Serbia develops infantry warfare level 1. Is that infantry warfare or infantry weapons? Russia develops infantry weapons level 1. Hell yes, that is going to be a game changer on the Eastern Front to get our troops up to level 1. It won't, I mean, the Germans are already at level 1, but for the Russians to go against the Austro-Hungarians at level 1, yes. Also, trench level 2, logistics level 1, all of that should be good news for us. Also, a large number of Russian units aren't in direct contact with the enemy, which means that they can upgrade. You can't upgrade when you are immediately adjacent to an enemy formation. I kind of expect the Germans to continue attacking in Poland. They might even destroy a unit or two or break through a little bit there, but we'll see. German destroyers moving against our subs there. Kind of all over the board. Looks like bad weather is still hindering actual naval combat, gunfire combat. You can see here a lot of ships are shooting at each other, but they're not doing a lot of damage to each other. We really need to upgrade our ships' anti-submarine tech as well, because we do have level 1 for the British, so that should help us against the large number of enemy subs that exist. Meanwhile, the Austrians are pulling troops away from Arad to the west toward Essing. Grosswarden is reinforcing. We'll have to see if maybe their supply situation is bad now that they're almost completely surrounded. They also don't have a rail line there. My hope is also that the Russians have a good income at the moment, so I'm kind of hoping that I can upgrade my troops more quickly than the Germans on the Eastern Front and get some advantages where maybe the Germans haven't upgraded to level 1 tech quite yet. The German blimps are bombing the oil fields? Huh. Meanwhile, the Germans are starting to build a lot of artillery. That's one thing we haven't done enough of, is we really should be building artillery. All right, they're attacking the British, who are not entrenched in the Ardennes. Also, that Russian unit south of Stanislaw is getting attacked by multiple German units. French units getting hit too. We do have some defensive artillery going against this German assault here. So pretty broad-based offensive and good weather in November for the Germans. And kind of all the fronts. Also, they're attacking the Romanian cavalry near Budapest. Ottoman attacks in the Caucasus. That Montenegrin detachment is almost destroyed there. Have to see what we can do. The infantry warfare capability for the Serbians should just instantly upgrade their doctrine and make them better fighters. The U.S. is researching a level 1 industry, Sean Mack. They haven't gotten there yet, though. The research tech on this feels way slower than in the World War II games. Okay, some new units are being deployed, it looks like. I think that's about it for the turn. Unrestricted attacks on trade in the North Channel affect British morale. So they've cleaned the blockade lines, which helps their morale. They've also started blockading units in Great Britain, which is affecting British morale. Okay. Of course, bad weather for us. Hopefully just on the Caucasus front. We'll have to see. So British morale's still pretty damn good, by the way. We've received a report from the Arab Bureau of the Foreign Office notifying us that the Emir of Mecca, Sharif Hussein, has written to Sir Henry McMahon on the High Commission of Egypt offering an alliance. The Sharif is promising to rise against the Ottomans in return for financial and material support. Would you like to authorize a dispatch of a young officer called T.E. Lawrence to instigate an Arab revolt? Yeah, should hurt their morale, right? So basically it's saying we need to take a channel port. Meanwhile, we do have a revolt here going against the Ottomans. They rose immediately. All right. Reinforce that situation in Egypt. That's vital to do that ASAP. What's the diplomatic situation with Bulgaria? They're down to 68%, so we're swinging them in the right direction, getting them away from the Central Powers, I think. Belgrade is in our hands. Meanwhile, they're really building up a force in here. I wonder how much supply they can really have there. All right, let's upgrade these guys to infantry weapons. I mean, I'm going to upgrade everybody that I can. Okay. I wonder, is there an easy... Let's see here. Show upgrade. Interesting. So some of these units can't upgrade. So we'll upgrade all of the units we can. We need to save a little bit of income for the Russians. For some reinforcements. Alright, let's hold off on upgrading more at the moment. We're going to pull these guys back, I think. Draw these guys west. Okay. What's Austrian morale? 8%. So the Austrian morale keeps dropping. All right, let's pull these guys back here. All right, we'll reinforce these troops near Königsberg. And that's the Russian income. Gone. All right, so we upgraded these units to the east. Some of these units couldn't be upgraded, so we're going to actually pull some of these guys back. I hate to withdraw away from the enemy base that we're trying to get to. All right. What's the supply situation look like there right now? So it'll look slightly better for some of those units next turn. Do these guys have the option to upgrade? They might actually, since they're a minor ally. I'm not sure. How does that work? Yeah, they probably get the Russian upgrade as well. All right, let's do this. 2 to 1. 1 to 1. I hate taking so many casualties here, but I kind of feel like I have to do it. I need to try and... All right, let's pull these troops back out of danger. Use up some artillery on that attack. Oh, wait, okay, so that's actually good. So I can... Alright, so... How do they not do anything? Like, come on, guys. So is there anything left that can attack? These guys can't reach there. So they're 1 away from falling. Can I do this? Got him. All right, nice. So we destroyed that German unit, which was surrounded at stupidly heavy cost. That fort north of Belgrade, or that entrenchment north of Belgrade, has been reduced. Okay. Alright, so that's the Serbian front. We're still holding troops to kind of counter Belgrade at the moment. These guys could be useful on the front, but... Okay, so that's it for the Russian front, I think. Let's also, these subs should be set to hunt on the Norwegian trading lines, or the, what are these? Is this the Sweden to Germany route? Might piss the Swedes off, but Circadian 12, thanks for the follow. All right, so we upgraded all these guys. All right. So I think that's that for the Eastern Front. Do I have anything to do here? Not really. All right, that's the Eastern Front. The Western Front, I don't know that we're going to do anything here. I'm going to pull... Actually, I can get 0 to 4. Are they not? Why aren't they digging in here? Put these guys back to Reims. Pursuing through. All right, so we just destroyed a German unit south of Liege. Put these guys back. Where's the cavalry, by the way? They can't pursue up there? Okay, so we've driven 2 more German units back. We're continuing to keep the pressure on them in this Belgian sector, where it seems like we might have a chance for a breakthrough. If the weather was better, I think my cavalry could get there. Probably going to attack these Indian colonial troops and the 1st Corps here because they are a little bit exposed. Let's hit these troops here. Interesting. So no real effective attack there. All right, let's do the... There's a reinforced tool, right? All right. So that's the Western Front for this turn. The Ottoman Front, I don't have any money left for it anyway, but we didn't really lose any casualties there. So we're fine there. We already sort of did what we can on the Egyptian Front. We can't move the rebels under T.E. Lawrence, the partisans. Okay. See if we can't just hurt the morale of these troops over here. Prevent them attacking effectively. Okay. All right. So I think that brings us to the ocean, right? I don't know what the diameter of a hex is in the game, Victor. Sorry, the game doesn't really tell you that. It's kind of abstracted. All right, Alright, so good weather actually should give us some opportunity to destroy some of these German warships. Okay. Got that one. 175 morale bonus. Okay. I mean, 1 to 5 for sure. For that battleship. Armored cruiser. Finish that guy off. Keep just pulling these guys back and getting them back into safety. Okay. How did you not finish that guy off? Pull that cruiser back. Get it covered up from the subs. Finish them off there. Nice. Well, that's a good result. We've destroyed all the German warships we have in sight, with the exception of the subs. So 2 more German, or was it 2 or 3 more German warships destroyed? Their national morale is down to 50. We've got more of the blockade hexes covered up now. Can a sub go on these hexes? Like, is a sub effective on these hexes? Oh, we detected a bunch of enemy subs again. What I really need is I need more ASW capabilities. See, the British have 129 left. That's enough to purchase a motor torpedo boat, but those things aren't very good against subs. They're too slow. They can't really move. I can't even build more of the damn things. Meanwhile, the British are getting several new warships. I didn't realize we have more battleships in the queue that were previously purchased and built. So that's nice. That'll replenish our losses. Keep the British Navy nice and strong, as it should be, of course. If I can put subs on these hexes, that'll be great. Hey, look, an enemy sub on the hex. Well, hopefully there's no sea lion while my fleet hides in the north. Does make me wonder whether I really want to invest in repairs, though. But I guess I will. So the Agincourt is back to full strength. So, I don't know. Did we lose Jutland or did we win? I don't know. Okay. The Serbs still have 143 points. The French also probably want to... So no, with the French we've got 366. What I want to do is I want to buy some tanks. Oh, I don't have armored warfare research complete yet, so I've got the tank tech, but armored warfare needs to be complete. So I'm going to dump money into that to try and speed that up. Same for tank development. That should be a nice ability to break through German trenches when we get it. I guess in that case, I've got 191 left. What I really should be developing is, I mean, torpedo boats will be useful in keeping those convoy routes clear for the British. But what I want to do next turn is, I guess we could do some, I want to focus on artillery. I need more artillery. We got 91 left. Is that enough for heavy artillery? Artillery weapons? No, it's 125. I should have been investing in that too, but we can't do logistics. So again, we're almost maxed out for their research funding. The British are a little bit further behind on pretty much everything. Okay. So I think that's going to do it for this turn. All right, so we upgraded a good chunk of the Russian army. The Serbian army, meanwhile, has some money left over to do some reinforcing, actually, so we'll reinforce them. And these guys. These guys are unfortunately gonna get destroyed almost certainly. Ooh, we can give these guys elite reinforcements? Hell yeah. Alright, that'll do it for this turn. Let's see what our next turn has in store for us as we move into December of 1915. But that's going to do it for this episode. We went through one turn. We're at about the 30-minute mark, and we're about to end this next turn. So this seems like as good of a point as any to cut in here and wrap this one up. This was taken from a Twitch live stream on my channel from a couple of weeks back, as I've already said. And the war is pretty interesting so far. I think we're doing very well, and so it seems like a foregone conclusion that we're going to win. I mean, Serbia's counterattacked and taken Belgrade. The war is definitely looking up. I think the real question, in my opinion, at this point is if Bulgaria has some sort of event trigger that automatically brings them in on the Axis, or if the diplomatic situation gets worse and they begin shifting more toward the Axis. Because as I've said throughout this series, if Bulgaria gets involved, that brings 30-plus Ottoman corps in from the sort of the Middle East that they can't bring to the front line right now. And if Bulgaria comes in as well, then that gives them even more forces. So that could really open up a flank on the Russian side that would really kind of screw us over. But, you know, right now it seems like our efforts are prevailing and things are going okay. So we'll see if that continues in our future episodes. We'll see if the Russians can make more progress in the east, if the Allies can make more progress in the west. But until next time, this is the Historical Gamer, as always, saying thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.